Thank you, Mr. President and members. I rise in support of Senate File 4. I share in the acknowledgments, the accolades for staff for their incredible efforts. And if there was one amendment I could make, which I won't promise, it would be that Bjorn Arneson not be allowed to transfer to taxes. This will be his last session for E12, at least at this point. But a great job. And also I want to put on the record Dana Elling, our DFL research person, a part of the team as well. The bill's been described, and I think it's fundamentally important to point out that when we passed this several weeks ago, it had about 200 million additional over what we had in the base. The House had 900 million, the governor 700. So the bill before us, which Senator Nelson mentioned, this is a record investment, and it should be. Students are our future. But it was made possible, the large increase from a half and a half in the formula to 2 and 2, the gold standard, by the leadership of Governor Walz. And I want to salute him because he made this a top priority, actually advocating 3 and 2, but 2 and 2, and it was through making that a high priority that we're able to celebrate that we are at a much higher level. We're able to say there's going to be a freeze on the special education cross-subsidy, 90 million. We didn't have that in the Senate bill before. Now it's here. Governor Walz, he championed that effort. It's here. He also strongly supported pre-K 4, those 4,000 young toddlers, the students that may not have had that opportunity. It was not potentially going to be there, and now it is here. Those are 3 very significant accomplishments that we all can share in. School safety, another bipartisan issue that we support. It's listed. The support for the tribal schools and many other initiatives as well. That has bipartisan support. But the formula, it has quadrupled from 90 million, 94 million to nearly 400 million. And that's going to help. And it was a high priority. We've mentioned lots of people, but Governor Walz deserves a lot of credit by staking this out as highest priority. A couple of items that didn't make it, and I know everyone here, including Senator Nelson, would have liked to have seen other priorities, and I just want to mention full-service schools, an initiative that we've funded in the past, and it's something that proves that it works. Ed Minnesota has done an epic report study on this, and this is how you can close the achievement gap. I even thought that the High Tribunal might include this because I heard Senator Gazelka on NPR in a radio talking about full-service schools and as it relates to dental services, wraparound services that can help students, and then they can be more effective in the classroom. One item that we have to increase attention is hiring teachers of color and providing additional opportunities. We have an achievement gap. We've all acknowledged that, and we need to step up our efforts. Students of color that have instruction by highly effective teachers of color are going to be able to connect better. Test results can improve just because of the cultural connection. We need to improve. We need to hire more counselors. Senator Kent has championed this continually, and that need is still there for the increased demands that we're putting for our workforce, for just dealing with students in coping. And again, on that teachers of color, Senator Torres Ray has worked so hard on that. and we need to step up our efforts in the future. Civics, I'm pleased that some progress is being made there, and I don't know if Senator Swedinsky is going to do another speech about that, but progress is being made, and we recognize, I think, in a bipartisan way that we need to continue on that. So I support the bill because of the significant investments for the nearly 1 million students that are our future for our state. But I mentioned some items for opportunity, but I want to close by just mentioning one particular story for a group that didn't make it. I was pleased for the students that worked so hard for PSEO, but there were a group of students, Girls United, out of the Hopkins area. And Jessica Milnick had worked on provision to try to get funding for Title IX for a position in the department. These young ladies came forward with stories of discrimination, harassment, and it seems that it just couldn't get funded. And they didn't have hired lobbyists. If they were to get down here, it would have to be after school, and it would be difficult. And I know so many people would have liked to have seen that done. And maybe some of you saw the open letter they did to the Star Tribune. And they said, we're not going to give up. And to Girls United, I say, don't ever give up. Thank you.